it doing that? I can hear my chickens. You need help. I literally clicked the button 1 second. I'm not upgrading. Whatever game you have that's free or that I've paid for. Play the games that you have, sir. Play the games that you have. Connor is home. He's home because his ear still hurts and he's still asking me to get in the car and go see a doctor because it's not fixed, which I am grateful for, and I'm listening to him not wanting to go to school because we are practicing listening this week, right? We are listening. Good morning. It's really hard to be motivated today. Really hard to get on here and advertise and post all my things and create the reels that I do in the morning. Not just because Connor's home, but because the world sucks. The world sucks. It makes me sick. My stomach hurts. My stomach hurts. It is a Wednesday, right? Nope, it's a Thursday. Usually we have sound baths on Thursday, but today is not a sound bath day. We are doing the sound bath tomorrow at 7. It is the Tuning Fork sound bath. And then Saturday we have our readings event, which is super fun. Come get some spiritual advice. I don't know, guys. The vibe is off. The world is a sad place. But that's why I get on here, right? Is to help us be mindful. Even though a lot of the times, like, I don't have anybody watching or just a couple people watching, you guys rewatch, and I'm able to post it on my YouTube, and people watch there. And then my ripple is something different. My ripple is helping people. And so here we are, creating that ripple of mindfulness. I'm just sad. I think a lot of us are just sad. Like, if you're any kind of compassionate, loving person, it's just sad. But we will get to our spiritual message. And I'll talk about some other stuff. I like hearing the chickens. When I came out here, I heard the crow. Okay, let's look at let's stop distracting ourselves. Okay. The spiritual message for this week that we channeled on Monday was to listen to your household and be a more active listener. And I even posted like a little video of me sitting with Cutler and just being present in the moments, in the pauses, and making sure that you're communicating with your children, like letting them tell you the stupid crap they want to tell you, so that when big feelings come up and they're upset, that they'll be able to talk to you. Obviously, there's a lot of unhealed people in this generation and the older generations. And if we can create a better home life, better practices to help our children, then maybe they won't have to go through the things we go through, right? So just being an active listener. I can't even remember. So Monday we did the perspective, gaining a bigger perspective. And on the emotions that we have trapped, and like what is something you haven't processed. Connor, go inside. And I think that a lot of people who are struggling to be not cruel, who are struggling to be hateful, who are struggling to find compassion for other people who live differently than themselves, are people who were not validated at home, or people who lived in a home life where the dad wasn't present, or the mom wasn't present, or everybody was working. They didn't feel like their feelings were validated. Maybe they had different beliefs, like fighting for survival. But emotional traumas and unhealed emotions lead us to be hateful, lead us to perpetuate the negative cycle. Like, so we have to break that. And by breaking that, we help the generations that we have to come. We help our children, and then they continue on and they help their children. And we don't leave those unresolved things, right? The next topic I have for next week is about humility, and I really did not like that topic. Like, so for Monday morning meditations that I've started to do, there's a journal prompt, and then I give you multiple prompts during the 30-minute sound bath. And when I was like, humility, I don't really want to talk about humility. That's like a really, I don't know. I had to write it down. But that's not like the best topic. People don't want to talk about times when they were wrong. Like, you know what I mean? People don't want to talk about that, but humility is being honest about your strengths and weaknesses without thinking you're better than others. It means you're open to learning, willing to admit when you're wrong, and don't need to prove you're right. Don't sting me. Or more important than anyone else. And then I was like, oh my gosh, like with the stuff that's happening, like it totally makes sense why I channeled that I needed to talk about humility next week. That is a really heavy topic to think about. Like, what is a time when you were wrong? Like, who wants to think about those things, right? Or when you felt like your opinion mattered more than somebody else's, or you know what I mean? Because we're living a human experience in order to heal things and to become this higher vibrational being. So like we have to do a deep dive in reflecting and learning and becoming better. So you do have to like take a moment to think like about those things. And when you can think about a time when you're wrong, that helps you understand other people too, right? And that they're also living a human experience. It's just so sad how easy it is for other people just to hate on other people. And yesterday morning, before any of that happened, I was talking to you guys about like just how much I'm judged and for what I do, and like for that prayer ritual that I did, how a lot of people in my area think it was satanic and that I was calling upon demons. And all I was doing something our ancestors used to do back in the day, was taking a candle and praying with a group of people. Like, you didn't have church houses and temples and things like that. And you don't need those things, right? You don't need those things to pray for healing for people and to love on people. I don't know. So like, I think about my neighbors, and we're supposed to love our neighbors, right? So like the neighbors on one side of us are very Mormon, and the neighbors on the other side of us are very pagan, and we're like very in between. I take stuff from everything. Like I take stuff from everything and I just combined it and make it what I believe in or what I think is right. And do I judge my Mormon neighbors? No. Went over there, gave them some stuff from the garden, talked to them, loved them. As long as they're quiet during my sound bath and not running a tractor. And my other neighbors, nope. Like, whatever they want to believe in, whatever anybody else wants to believe in, is none of your business. If they have a different political view than you, if they're gay, if they're trans, if they don't believe in genders, like whatever it is that they're living their life, like what? Why does that bother people? Like, I just don't understand. Like, that's none of my business, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So stop judging other people for what they're doing and just focus on yourself and your self-love and making your family more healed. And like, I don't know. I do think that, and I talk about it all the time, your ripple, right? So negativity breeds negativity. So I do feel like when negative things happen, like that's all the news is negative. All the stuff is. And when something negative happens, it's just blasted out there, right? And that's all that's consuming. Like, I could not even be on social media yesterday because it was horrendous. And then you're catching videos of things you never should have seen that should have been illegal to post. I don't know. Like, but the people who are the loudest are usually the people who are most cruel, are most unhealed. And I don't want to listen to that. I stopped listening to the news. I know a lot of you want to stay informed and make sure that you're prepared, but why don't you just pray, ask your spirit guides what you need to do, and be prepared with what you're prompted to be prepared for, rather than watching stuff that can really hurt your spirit and hurt your heart. I will not watch the news.
What is it?
It's a football. I will not watch the news. I stopped watching that when Troy and I were first married. And he was still deployed. Not first married, but first together. It's a bone. Because he was in the military and I was worried about him getting blown up or deployed again or whatever it was. It was too much. It made me too sick. I don't know. It's number one. I don't know. Anyways, every word, every post, and every conversation you have is a ripple. So if everything social media wise or everything is being pushed negatively, just make sure that when you go out and about and when you're having conversations with people and when you're opening the door for people, you're telling them, oh, you look beautiful today, or you see a mom struggling and you say, hey, can I push your cart for you while you get out of the store, or can I hold the door open, or you're a really good mom, you're doing a really good job. Eventually it gets easier, like something uplifting. It's a football. Making sure that your ripple, like now more than ever, it needs to push more. Like you being uncomfortable with making...
What is it?
It's a bone. Other people sorry, he's gonna distract my thoughts.
What is it?
If you're uncomfortable because you're worried about the way people will view you.
What is it?
I don't know what shape that is, honey. I have no idea. Oh, that's an A. He's just showing me this. I'm like, it's a weird thing. Listen to the promptings and spread your ripple and make sure that it's positive. Because light will always overtake darkness. And then maybe if you ran into somebody who was hateful and cruel and mean and had those views that it's okay to kill a life, maybe if our ripple continued to spread positivity, maybe eventually their hearts would be softened. Yeah, you tell them. You're a pretty bird. You're a pretty bird. Oh, now my rooster's mad. You're pretty cool, rooster. Maybe they would be nicer, or maybe they would work on healing and spreading positivity. Another thing I wanted to talk about was avoiding your traumas and avoiding your emotions. So, do you think that when you're gone, your emotional traumas, the things that you refuse to work on here, just poof, gone? No. You pass those on to your children and your children's children. You made that a legacy. So if your strategy is avoidance, you're going to pass that on. You need to heal that and not avoid things, and you need to work with your emotions. Does that make sense? So I think that a lot of people who can be super cruel and hurtful in this life are because they have a lot of generational trauma that their parents and their parents and their parents refuse to heal. So there's a reason that I'm always pushing working on our emotions and healing our traumas and stuff. I don't want my children to have those things that they need to heal because of me, because I refused to heal them.
That's a football.
That is a football. Can you find it? Are you hiding it? What is it?
That's a bone.
That's a bone. Okay. Hate often comes from unresolved emotional pain. Discontent and cruelty are symptoms, not the root cause. What we don't express healthily gets expressed harmfully. Just stop watching your neighbor's journey, stop judging, stop looking on social media and stalking people and seeing if their life's better. Because you just need to focus on yourself and your life and your healing, and listen to yourself and help your generation and your line be a better generation than what we have. Because honestly, it ain't it. People who haven't faced their own wounds often project them onto others. Hurt that isn't healed becomes hurt that's handed out, and cruelty is often a form of emotional armor, a way to feel powerful when someone feels powerless. Fear and insecurity. Fear is being wrong. Fear of change, fear of difference. Insecurity can manifest as judgment, control, or aggression. Some people try to dominate or devalue others to feel secure in their own beliefs or identity. But that really shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what other people believe. And it shouldn't really affect you. And it doesn't affect me. I'm just always like, why do you judge me? I don't understand it. Like, because I don't care if you go to church every Sunday, and I don't care how you pray, and I don't care how you raise your children, and I don't, like, it doesn't bother me. I'm just living my best life with my kids, working on myself. That's why I can't watch what everybody else is doing, because it's craziness. Another reason that people can be really cruel is a lack of emotional regulation. When people never learn how to process anger, grief, or rejection, it comes out sideways. Rage becomes the outlet when there's no room for reflection or release. I think that it's a very common thing for kids to have anger, but like, how are you teaching them to process the anger? How are you teaching them to regulate the anger so they don't become somebody who's super hateful? When we do the kids sound bath, we talk to them about stomping your feet, and you as an adult can do this too. Stomp your feet, push out that anger, and let go of those emotions. Sometimes, what do you got, baby?
That's a ball.
It's a ball. Sometimes, even Cutler, I'll just say, just pull it off of you, and he'll go open the sliding door and he'll start throwing the anger off of him, and I'm like, yes, let it go. What is that?
That's a bone.
It's a bone. Sorry, if you're watching me for the first time, he's autistic, and this is just going to be what we're doing for right now. That's the letter A. And then as adults, like, go to a rage room. Scream into your pillow. I saw somebody like show a little punching bag that was on their like suction cup to their counter, and I was like, I want one of those. Like, hit those. Running can be a way to release your anger too. I used to run a lot when I was younger, and I do make Cutler run when he's being a butthead and he's being all about anger, not getting his way. I make him go run around the yard, and I feel like that helps release endorphins and release the anger. Go up to the mountaintop and scream at the top of your lungs. Like, don't allow yourself to be consumed by anger. If you're getting super angry about the way somebody else is living, the way somebody else believes something, just because they don't believe it the way you are, there's a problem. Because it should not affect you or bother you. Like, that's not your life. That's their life, and they're allowed to live their life the way they want to live their life. If you're getting super angry about them not living the same life as you, that's not normal. That's not okay. Hate can be inherited, passed down through language, religion, media, or parenting. If compassion wasn't modeled, cruelty may seem like the normal. That's why your ripple is so important, because cruelty was the normal and anger was the normal, and FU was like a love language in my household growing up. But seeing the ripple of Troy's family and the love that they showed me allowed me to start healing those things and lead more with love and realize that that was not normal. So by putting out your ripple of positivity, you teach other people there's a difference in feeling love the right way and not in a cruel way. How can we combat the negativity right now? Let's talk about that. Healing ourselves first, focusing on ourselves first. Ooh, interesting. Be selfish. I love telling people to be selfish. Do your inner work so your pain doesn't become someone else's burden. Choose to respond, not react. Allow yourself to breathe when somebody says something triggering, and take note of why it's triggering you. Think back to why this would make you angry. Why does this trigger me? Why does this person believing something different than me trigger me? I don't know. Why does it trigger you? Breaking the pattern in your line creates a better ripple. Lead with compassion, but with boundaries. Compassion doesn't mean... Can you stop blowing my paper? Compassion doesn't mean tolerating harm. It means understanding the root while protecting the whole. Stay kind, but stay clear. I think that that's another thing that a lot of you are taking note of, is the people that are cheering on the toxicness. It is not your job to tell your friends how horrible they are for, like, you're a horrible person because you think it's okay that they killed somebody, right? Your job is to take note of that, block those people, distance yourself from those people, because those people do not have the same views as you, because you find compassion and love for each individual person's life, regardless of how they politically view themselves or they raise their family or whatnot. So I don't think that you should go on rage baiting or telling somebody how horrible of a person they are because they think it's okay to kill somebody, because, and maybe I shouldn't have said that word because I'm going to get censored, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Because then we're just doing what we're perpetuating and continuing the hate. I think that it's just something you need to take note of and understand that those people aren't on the same path and journey as you, and they don't align with your views as much as you thought they did. And that's okay. But those people can go that way, and I'm going to go this way. Because a lot of the times because those people have been raised the way they've been raised, it takes a lot of kindness and a lot of love and a lot of different things to get them to actually see the truth of things again. And it's really honestly not your job. Just focus on yourself, your family, and spreading your positivity and making your ripple a good one, as opposed to trying to change somebody's opinion. I don't have to try to change your opinion. I'm just going to live my best life and be a good person. Offer spaces where people can be with themselves again. Sometimes that's all it takes to begin to soften. So allowing people to just be themselves. I think that we do that here. I think we create a safe space for a lot of people. We have religious people that come, that go to church every Sunday, and then we have very pagan people that come, and we have very in-between people, and we have reservation people. Like, we have all sorts of different background people, and we're creating a safe community and space for people to come and heal and love together. Like our last sound bath, at the very end, we all, although some of y'all didn't want to dance, that was part of it, was dancing to the song, like, I forgive you for me. Just like, I don't want to carry all the hate of the world. I don't want to carry all the trauma that people have given me. I don't want to carry the pain of the world. I don't want to carry those things. So I forgive and move on for me, for my life, for my children's life, for my family life. Like, I want to live a life of love and positivity and compassion. And I think that a lot of us want to do that. So it's so important to find your space to do those things. A safe space. Model what wholeness looks like. Show people what it looks like to live with integrity, even when it's hard. I think that a lot of people that may have, like, hated me in the beginning, or thought, what in the world is Sasha doing, going from a religious woman to now this woman who is very doing her own thing, could have been like, what is she doing? But the more you see how much love I pour in, and the more compassion I give to people, and the more understanding, the more I help other people heal from their traumas and stuff, I think the more that the people who may have judged me in the beginning of starting my business may think, well, maybe that's not the way I would go about life, but she's still obviously a good person. Like, she's still, like, I haven't become a horrible person on this path, have I? No. So I think by just showing people, by you showing up for yourself and living your best life, you'll show people who you truly are, and you don't have to shove it down people's throats. You know what I mean? Remember that pain shouts, healing whispers. The loudest voices are often the most wounded. Be the quiet strength, be the peace. That's where real transformation begins. Yeah. Two doves just flew into the tree next to me. Doves mean Heavenly Mother or goddess energy, whatever you believe in, but a lot of people who are, like, posting negativity or perpetuating the cycle of negativity, they didn't start their life like that. They've been through a lot of stuff. They've been very wounded. They didn't have any sense of direction, and the people around them didn't make it any better. So they've just continued this cycle, which is really sad. And that's why they become this loud, unhealed, aggressive person. But we combat that by being the soft-spoken, the people that open doors for other people, the people that show love to other people, that donate things, that just try to be kind in everything that we do. So here are some ways that you can start to protect yourself from falling into the collective anger, because I don't know how you guys feel, but I definitely feel sad today. Like I said, I cannot, like I'm having a hard time posting my videos. Like I posted that one video where I was like, here's my 5 crystals for sleep. And then like a couple hours later, somebody's gone and the world's really toxic and sad, and like that video did not fit the day, the vibe was gone. So start your day out with the intention. What is my intention of the day? My intention of the day is to find peace, to spread love, and to remain calm. I did take a nap yesterday, and when I woke up the first time, because I woke up twice, and the first time my knees were just like, the energy from my knees were like, and that tells me that there's a lot of depression in the air of the world. So then I was like, okay, I released that. I'm not holding I'm not holding that. And then I fell back asleep, and then I woke up and my heart shock was like, I was like, no, I released that too. But there's a lot of toxic energy right now. So if you can avoid crowds and avoid going to the store and things. Again, I said this last week, and it was soccer practice. Don't leave the house. And then I have soccer practice. But if you do leave the house, wear a head covering. Take your protective crystals and just say a prayer of intention to shield your energy. I don't want to absorb the things of the world. So that's also an intention of my day. I do not want to absorb the pain of the world. I'm sorry the world is in pain. I did not put the world in pain. And the way I can help the world is by spreading positivity. Limit your exposure to triggering media. So obviously, I post things on social media, all of my platforms. So I'm going to do that after this, but then I'm going to put my phone away. I cannot see no more disgusting videos. Like even the soft videos, people are like taking his family and making sentimental videos for him or creating music for him. It's just sad. I don't want you, like, I wouldn't want people to take videos of my kids and my family and put it like sentimental music and like they're grieving. I think we should leave them alone. Send prayers and positivity, and I'm gonna stay off social media. And if I see any of y'all posting disgusting things, I'm gonna block and go my separate way. You won't even know I don't hate you, but you won't even know I'm not gonna associate with you no more. Practice discernment, not judgment. Notice when you're being pulled into a group thing. Pause and ask, is this my energy? So when this stuff happens, it's very polarizing, and it's a very this side and this side, and you need to try to be in the middle and have compassion for both sides. This side is a very unhealed, angry side, and this side is a very protective, things are wrong when they're wrong, and so there's going to be a lot of this, and we want to be in maybe even outside in the middle. Like, I don't want to be a part of the hateful group, and I don't want to be a part of the aggressively protective group. I don't think it was right, but I'm going to do my own thing and spread positivity and love in a different way. I don't want to see, and I don't want to fight nobody. Spend time in your body, not just your mind. Movement, breath work, or grounding meditations can help discernment, build up tension. I think I'm going to play a little bit of a sound bath, help ground my energy, and just, like, I almost feel like I need to cry just to, like, release some of the absorbed sadness. Just let it go. Create a personal energy hygiene practice. I put a video of me doing, you could do sage, you can do lavender, whatever incense you like to use, Palo Santo, a selenite wand. If you don't have those things, you can say, I cut all ties, cords, and bonds to anything that no longer serves my highest good. My energy is my own. You could do it with your hands. You could imagine a shield, like building an energy bubble that's a golden shield and placing it over your head and over your body. You can shield your children, like all the things, guys, all the things. Keep a circle that values depth, conversation, and calm, not just hot takes and outrage. Like, you should be able to be friends with people that are not of your same views, and people that, like, that's what I said, like my neighbor, very Mormon. My other neighbor, very pagan. Very different backgrounds. Like, I'm able to have conversations with both. I am able to have conversations with anybody. And just because I don't believe in the same things as other people doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and argue with other people. Like, I'm glad that you found peace in your life in a different way than I did. Use the is it true, is it helpful, is it kind filter. Before you post, share, or react, check in with yourself. Prioritize self-reflection over self-righteousness. It's easy to feel right. It's harder and braver to be honest with yourself. Speak from your values and not your ego. I think last month was like my death of ego, and I was working on my ego. And then this month is all about health and mental health. Like, that's why I channeled to do a health ritual. But I don't know, even the wasps, like, this is how crazy I am. That people would think this is how crazy I am. So, like, everybody's been saying the wasps are super bad this year in our area. And I've actually, as much as I joked about that little video or whatnot, but the last several days, I've been like, I'm thankful for the wasps, because what if they're helping keep the kissing bugs away? Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the kissing bug thing. But I was like, maybe the wasps are helping my lands not have kissing bugs. So as much as, like, I don't want the wasps to sting me, I'm not as hateful towards the wasp. I made a little joke. Even the wasp wanted a little bit of restful sleep because it was sitting on the table with me. And I have this pot on my table, and I don't like spiders. And I want to take these terracotta pots and I want to paint them, like do some dot painting and like maybe some sigil work or whatnot. And a spider has made its home in there, and like I've just moved it gently over and over. I don't know, you guys, I'm weird. I don't want you to go sideways. You see the little like thing? Like, every life matters, even the bugs. Every life matters. When you learn Reiki and energy work, like, they teach you to value every life. And I think it's funny that people associate energy work with like doing stuff outside of prayer or whatnot, and like the basis of it is like every life matters, every life. So you find value in even the bug's life. She keeps creating a beautiful web and catching things, bugs, on my table, and I'm just letting her be, and eventually her cycle will be over because it's cold, and then I'll be able to clean it out and paint the pots that I intended to paint. But right now I'm just letting her live her best life. Hey girl, hey. Okay. Remember that silence is sacred too. You don't always have to speak. Presence is powerful. Just because you're not getting involved or speaking your opinion on the matter does not mean that your voice is silent. Like, you're teaching your family how to be a good person. You're breaking generational curses. You're still healing the world. even though like you're not involved. Like I won't post anything political, but I will take note of who does not have beliefs like me, and then I might not be your friend no more. Might distance myself, because nobody deserves pain, even if they have different views than you. Protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. You can care deeply without carrying everything. So again, I think creating healthy boundaries is going to be super important right now. I think you should avoid social media. Here I am on social media, but I think you should avoid it. I think you should work on healing your traumas. I think the world has a lot of issues because we just cover stuff up with medication and worldly things, and we don't teach people how to love and heal and be good anymore. Like, that is what it is. This is the spiritual message of the day. It says, everything is temporary. Autumn transitions into winter. The young get older. Caterpillars change into butterflies. This is life. Everything shifts, and each experience is temporary. Enjoy what is, individual and fleeting as it may be. Avoid clinging. Don't cling to the narrative. Please don't cling to the narrative. Like, that is what they want you to do. That is why they blast negativity, is because they're trying to create chaos. Surrender gracefully when changes come, because it will, and when it does, know that you too will shift, but you will always be okay. Be selfish in this time and just take care of you and your family and protect yourselves and protect your neighbors, even if they have different views than you. Start creating a better world full of love, regardless of what people think, say, and do. And teach your children that, to love everybody regardless of the way they dress, of the way they look. Teach them that people that are bullies usually are people that are hurt the most at home, and that they should lead with kindness. If they see somebody being picked on or sitting by themselves, teach them to invite them to come play with them. If we continually allow our children to perpetuate the things we've done wrong in our generations, then the cycle will never break. I agree, Melissa. It shouldn't matter what people believe. It shouldn't matter how people pray. It shouldn't matter if they go to church, if they don't go to church. You should just love everybody. And if you can't do that, then you need to work on your emotions and releasing some of that trauma. Like, who hurt you to where you think it's okay to hurt others? Who hurt you to where you can't trust your neighbor? Who hurt you and made you feel like your beliefs were so little that you feel it's okay to shout your beliefs? Like, we are not your parents. We are not your grandparents. We did not raise you. We did not hurt you. You don't get to go around and perpetuate that cycle and hurt us because you felt unheard in your childhood. Like, you need to take the time and you really need to look at yourself, and you need to reflect, and you need to start loving yourself and realizing that other people's opinions and lives don't matter to your own. You're living a different experience. They're living a different experience. Move forward. Just work on yourself, your family, and let everything else go. Anyways, I better get back to Connor, and then I'll try to post some things on my other pages, but it's really hard because I don't even want to be on social media. Y'all make my stomach hurt. Not y'all, but the collective, the people that are being the loudest right now, the laughing at the life that was lost. Like, it's just sick. And maybe a lot of that could be bots or just trolling people. It just makes my stomach hurt. Have a good day. Set your intention. My intention today, my biggest intention today is not to absorb the pain of the world. I'm going to just focus on what I need to do and little things in my house and take care of Connor, make sure he has a good day because he's home with me today. I am open from 10 to 5 because we do have soccer practice tonight. If you want to come over and shop crystals, I think I am going to post a sneak peek in the Ray of Hope VIP group. So if you're going to watch the crystal live sale tomorrow, there'll be a sneak peek. I think the new pieces that I have, I think that you guys will like it. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Make sure you're spreading that ripple of love and light. Bye, y'all.